While Leda slept soundly, Eldion tossed and turned in his sleep, struggling to understand what he saw and heard in his dream. But true to the stranger's words, the path to adventure lay just ahead for our two heroes. Great food, great beds. Not a terrible place to be banished to. How did you sleep, Eldion? Cord. Eldion? Wake up. Cord. Hey, Eldion, wake up. What? Oh, Latest, good morning. Hey, are you okay? What? You were talking in your sleep. You kept saying that name that the mysterious man called you. Cord. Really? Yeah, that's right. I was having a dream. We were in some kind of mine shaft or cave, and there was a battle going on all around us. And there were these two guys. One of them sounded like you. His name was Elier, I think. And the other one was named Nathaniel? No, Sophniel, that's it. Really? Yes, and they were trying to help me, I think. I was trapped under some rubble. They got me out and kept telling me to wake up. Then one of them called me Cord. Anything else? No. Wait, yes. Everything around me disappeared, and I was alone, floating in an endless void of black. Then there was a voice. Then... Sorry, that's all I remember. Interesting. Do you think it means anything? Well, of course it does. What? It means you actually need to eat something before you go to bed. I mean, you spend all evening deep in thought, but don't feed your brain. Of course it's going to give you bad dreams. Maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. I think you mean, of course you're right, Ladis. You're always right. Okay. And speaking of eating, come on, I can smell breakfast downstairs. Yeah. Come on, Eldion, you better get something to eat, unless you want to have nightmares during the day, too. Sure thing, Ladis. Still, sure was a strange dream. Wow, Eldion, look at all the people. I had no idea so many people were staying here. Who do you think set up all these tables? Good morning, boys. Find yourselves a seat. Breakfast is in full swing, and I wouldn't have you to miss it. If you're going to be about the town today, you're going to need full bellies. Eldion, here are 2 empty seats. I guess we'll wait here? That seems to be the case. But how is Cromnus serving so many people all by himself? Is that tray floating towards us all on its own? Well, Cromnus did say that he couldn't run the inn without a little bit of magic. I guess this is what he meant. This is brilliant! Eldion, when we get back to Acacia, we need to tell everyone about this. This is how every restaurant should serve its guests. Oh, Ladis. And look at this food! Crispy bacon, hot ham, fluffy hotcakes, fresh syrup, vibrant blueberries.
Morning, boys. Mind if I take a seat with you?
Sure. Ladis, your manners. Right. Sure.
See what I mean about the food? Pretty good, huh?
Best in the world, good?
Hey, where's that tray going?
Well, I don't serve any less than the best, so if it isn't good, why bother eating it?
Fine, it's... the best.
Good to hear. Of course, I will be sharing your opinion with all your friends, naturally.
Of course we will. Anywho, let's get down to business.
Right. What did you have in mind?
Well, we've got to get you suited up for hero work, which, near as I can figure, means you're going to need a couple things. Some weapons, some armor, and a good couple tricks to go up your sleeve.
And where are we going to get these from?
Most of the shops are closer to the town center, about 2 miles from here. First one on our way is the Smith's Guild headquarters. 2 of you are going to need a Laraborian bangle if you want to do business with any of the local smiths.
What do we need that for?
Beats me. Some kind of business thing. I'm not a businessman myself, so I don't understand it. All I know is, you want to buy from them, you'll need it.
But couldn't we get our supplies from someone else?
You could, but one of the guild members owes me some money, and I think he'll be willing to give me a pretty steep discount. Besides, the guild makes the best weapons, probably within a month's journey of here, so it's a good idea to have the bangle.
Also, what's a bangle?
A bangle is like a small metal band or bracelet. You wear it around your wrist. A lot of the guilds use them as a way to prove your membership. Each guild has a different one. Iron for the Smiths Guild, leather for the Arsons Guild, gold for the Gold and Silversmiths Guild, and so on.
And, what exactly is a guild?
I'm not sure what your city is like, but sure is different from ours. When a city gets big enough, like Fordsworth, you'll end up with a lot of people working the same job. Sometimes those people will get together and make a group called a guild. That guild will make sure that every member of the group gets taken care of, and that no one's giving out bad products, and that prices are fair. Not too high, not too low.
Interesting.
Sure is. It's an all-around good deal. For the people, they know that they'll get a good product for a good price no matter where they go. And for the workers, they'll know that they'll have enough money to live on, even if they didn't do so well in sales that year. Plus, the mayor likes them because it's a lot easier than having to go to every worker in the city.
Wow, your city has a very interesting way of doing things.
You boys have a lot to learn. But enough of lessons. We'll stop by the guild, pick up what we need, then make our way to one of the smithers in town. We'll get you fitted with some weapons. After that, we'll stop at the armory and have you sized for armor. Finally, we'll stop over at the outfitter shop. Anyone taking a long journey stops there to pick up supplies first, so I'm sure they'll have something that can help you with your job.
Thank you for going out of your way to help us, Auspices.
Well, aren't you just too kind? Truth be told, I'm heading west into Verdantia in the next week or so, and I just so happen to need to stop at the same places as the two of you. It's been years since I traveled far, and it seems high time I get suited up. Now let's eat. We'd best head out as soon as possible.
The three ate their meal with relish, savoring the fresh tartness of the blueberries, the sweetness of fresh hot cakes with syrup, and the hearty flavors of crispy bacon and hot ham. When the three had eaten their absolute fill, they set off towards the city of Fordsworth. The day was beautiful. A crystal blue sky, dotted with fluffy white clouds, was filled with the aroma of fields. Honeysuckle, pine, and lilac were among the scents carried gently on the warm breeze. A more perfect day could not be found. What a lovely day! The blue sky, the warmth of the sun, and that breeze.
Beautiful, ain't it? Hard to believe some folks are content to live their whole lives holed up in the city, surrounded by wood and stone. Not me.
So, Auspices, what do you do for a living?
Me and my folks are trappers. For generations, my family has been. Gotten pretty good at it, too. Ranching and farming are big careers around Fordsworth, so there's always plenty of need for good trappers.
So, you help with hero work too? Like that poster I read where something was living in the man's fishing pond eating all his stock?
Ooh, not on your life. We trap small critters, weasels, moles, and the like. We don't deal with monsters or nothing. We leave that to real heroes.
What do you mean, monsters? Like, giants?
Son, there are monsters far worse than giants, and plenty of them can be found around here. That's what Cromnus meant when he said that he was hesitant to let the two of you into hero work.
Really? I don't know how to feel about that. Come on, ladies. If it means we get to go home sooner, what are a few silly creatures? We wanted a chance to be brave like our father, and I'm sure he had to fight monsters as well. I don't know. I mean, we could just go back to the inn for that tree-hauling job. Or maybe someone needs help with geese. Alright, fine. We'll just be careful to take jobs that don't involve fighting monsters. Or at least small ones. That's the spirit.
Well, we're coming up on the city now. Ain't it a sight?
Look at those walls. They go all the way around the city. And look at all the towers. Is the city making ready for war? I see guards atop every tower.
Not making ready exactly, but trying to be ready. Peace is always uncertain here in the Kingdom of Larbor. Wild raiders and monsters from the east, bandits from the south, enemy kingdoms from the west, and not to mention the drakes and dragons of the north.
You've been to war with dragons?
And won, yes, but quite proud of it too. The King of Larbor is a wise man. He used to be a general before he was king, so the army of Larbor is one of the best in the world. Be on your best behavior now. We're approaching the king.
Ho there! State your name and business in Fordsworth.
Name's Auspices, and I've got business with the Smiths Guild, amongst other things. The two with me are Ladis and Eldion. They're new to the area.
Do they have identification?
Not yet, but they'll be getting bangles from the Smiths Guild today. Is that good enough?
That will be sufficient, yes. Be sure to check in again upon your departure from the town, and be ready to provide your bill of lading or receipt from the guild.
Can do.
Salutations. Enjoy your visit to Fordsworth, and have a pleasant day.
Likewise.
What was that all about? He seemed to ask you many questions about your business.
There have been some growing concerns lately. The rumor has it that a group called the Templar of Shade's been going around the local cities recruiting citizens to their cause. They're troublemakers, so cities have been posting guards round the clock to try and keep them out. So far, it's working.
Templar of Shade, huh? They don't sound like a group that's up to any good.
They're not. They cause a lot of trouble wherever they go. Stealing property, causing mayhem, starting conflicts in the streets. No one knows for sure what their goal is, if they even have one. Still, a lot of towns and cities are doing their best to keep them outside the walls.
I wonder if they're the ones responsible for robbing Daruk.
Maybe, but I wouldn't count on it. They're pretty high-profile thieves, after relics and books mostly. I doubt they'd have time for an herbalist.
Well, let's keep an eye out for them. We'll be sure to steer clear.
Good idea. Well, here we are. This is the Smith's Guild building. Step inside, we'll get you your bangles. I'm here to get 2 bangles for new members.
Occupation.
Sorry?
Occupation. I can't grant membership without knowledge of occupation.
Oh, I don't know.
Heroes. We're doing hero work. I'm sorry. Did you say herders? No, heroes. Please and thank you. Surely you meant to say herder. Yes. No, I certainly meant hero. Thanks. I don't get paid enough to care. Here it is. Here you are.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Sure, you too.
Perfect. The smithing district isn't far from here. We'll head on over and see if we can catch a rogue.
A rogue? Isn't that the name that Cromnus mentioned last night?
That's him. He's owed me some money for quite a while now. In fact, he owes several people money. He's an ironsmith by trade, but he's been investing a lot of money in some kind of business venture. Where it is, it hasn't been going well.
I see. I'm sorry, Auspices.
Oh, I'm not too upset about it. I'm not in any great need at the moment, but poverty finds a way of sneaking up on a man.
Do you know what kind of business he's in?
Nope. He's been a little secretive about the whole thing, but Cromnus seems to trust him. And Cromnus is pretty wise. He's been around longer than just about anyone in this town. Running an inn like he does means that he meets a lot of people. Some are good, some are bad, and some are just plain rotten. Years of experience made him pretty good at telling the difference.
I'm glad you have such a good friend.
Lots of folk are glad to have Cromnus as a friend. He's trustworthy and kind, if not a little conceited sometimes. He'll steer you in the right direction if you ask for advice. Alright, here's the Ironsmiths district. Keep your eyes out for a rogue.
What does he look like?
You'll know him when you see him. He's the only green one.
Green?
Auspices, good to see you. I'm so sorry about the money. I promise that. That's alright, Rogue. I'm not here about the money. I was actually here to have these 2 outfitted. They're looking to help Cromnus with some light hero work and need weapons. How did you manage to convince Cromnus to let these 2 into hero work? I didn't realize you become such an eloquent speaker, Auspices. Maybe you should run for captain of the guard. I can't take all the credit. These boys have some real spirit. That did half the convincing.
Is that man a giant frog?
He definitely looks like one.
Hey, what are the 2 of you ogling at? Never seen an Ambaran before? Oh, I forgot to mention. Rogue, these 2 are from a place called Arcadia. Ever heard of it? Nope, sorry. Anyways, nice to meet the 2 of you. Don't be rude. Shake his hand.
Good to meet you.
The pleasure's all mine. Now, what can I do for the 2 of you?
I'm not sure. We've never really owned weapons before. Not until I got this dagger, anyways.
Croc, fascinating. I've never seen a design quite like that one. May I see it?
Sure.
Before I do, let me put on some gloves. Don't want to ruin the handle.
Would have been nice if you put those on before shaking hands.
Okay, so you say. Well, bless my soul. You'll need to tell me where I can find men who make blades like these. I've never seen a dagger so immaculate. The balance, the edge, the fineness of it all. Truly impressive. I'll hand it back to you. Be sure to take good care of it. As for other weapons, you'll need something with good reach. It won't be as good as that dagger, to be sure, but better than anything else you can get around here. Let's see. For the strong one, perhaps you'd be interested in this long sword.
May I see it?
Certainly. It's a bit small for a man, but perfect for you. That's a pretty hefty weapon, so you'll need to use it with both hands. But with a long and short sword, you'll be all set for all sorts of combat. Try how it feels in your hands, and tell me what you think. Now, for the smaller one.
This sword feels quite nice, but it is a tad heavy.
That's just something you'll have to get used to. You'll grow into it. Oh, yes, here we are. This broadsword should do the trick nicely. Short enough to use with one hand, and light enough to be used deftly. What do you think?
Oh, I like it already. Let me try it. Ladies, look out. Sorry, they got a little carried away.
Perfect. If you like these, I suppose it's time to talk payment.
Time to talk payment indeed.
Oh, yes, I see. Say, if I were to let you take these as a gift of sorts, I don't suppose it could count against my debt, could it?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we'd best be on our way. We'll see you around.
Farewell now. Oh, and if you know any Arcasian weaponsmiths traveling through the area, be sure to mention my name to them.
We will. Goodbye, Roke.
Goodbye.
With a beautiful day and splendid new sights, it was no surprise that the boys were enjoying their visit to the city. Not always are the first few steps of an adventure so pleasant for a hero, but for these two, fortune smiled upon them. But the heroes of light were not the only ones preparing for a great quest.
My servant, there is something I wish to discuss with you.
Yes, my liege.
However insignificant you believed your mistake to be, it has not resolved itself. In fact, it has created a greater problem than your prior mistakes.
Dear, oh dear, that doesn't sound good.
You fool! Do you not grasp the gravity of your error?
With all due respect, your greatness, I fail to see what harm could be done in the simple mention of a name.
You are as short-sighted as you are clumsy. For any other name that may be true, but not for that name. You've created a connection between the two of them.
A connection.
Indeed, he has begun having dreams. Soon, their power will be interwoven if we do not intervene. Before long, the power will fall to both of them. Such is the power of that name.
But how could I have known? After all, he is simply a man.
Fool! The man matters not. God, Elion, Leonis, or any of the other seven for that matter. What matters is that it happens to be the name chosen by the Orialices. Because of that, it radiates power.
I see. So what are we to do?
This connection must be severed.
But, your greatness, with all due respect, you know that I do not share your power over the realm of dreams.
Correct. That is why you are being reassigned. Another will be taking your place.
I'm sorry, what?
For one who has managed to accomplish so little, you seem surprised.
I'm well aware of my shortcomings. What I fail to understand is who you think is superior to myself.
Such hubris, insignificant one. Your replacement has already been selected.
again. Though it's a real shame every time we meet, I'm having to save your hide.
This is my replacement? I see. I shall return in 2 weeks' time when she has inevitably bungled things.
So confident are you, Shyamut? Care to make things interesting?
Enough! Shyamut, you've been assigned new duties. There are others from location that require our attention. When you've proven yourself more trustworthy, you'll be reassigned to this task. Do I make myself understood?
Yes, my liege.
I'll be sure to get the job done. And double quick, too. Before I'm through with him, Eldion will be scared to ever dream again.
I hope you've enjoyed the tale. If you want to see more like it, be sure to check out our official website, www.quipsfromthequiver.com, link in the description. We have bi-weekly uploads of engaging, entertaining, and edifying stories to encourage, uplift, and inspire. If you've enjoyed this story, please be sure to like and subscribe. It's absolutely free and helps out a ton. Plus, it's cheaper than donating and helps us just as much. Be sure to stay inspired.